Hey guys. Hey Harrison. Hey buddy. Well, you've heard me talking about doing a bicycle build, and I am ready to do it. I've finally gotten everything together, got everything ordered. It's all here. I'm ready to put it together. I wanted to do a build where I didn't have what I'm going to be using the bike for mainly is going to be going out into kind of some remote areas, do some camping, backpacking, fishing type stuff. So I wanted a bike that was somewhat of a mountain bike, but I probably won't be using it with all the mountain bike features. So I did my research and checked around online and found that Ozark Trail through Walmart actually has a really good deal and a nice build for a bike. It seems to have all the features that I wanted and was looking for without breaking the bank. So what I did is I did some more research and came up with some things that I'm going to integrate into this bike. We'll do the build together so you can see what I'm doing. But I think it's going to work out really well. Now, the first Ozark Trail bike that I bought in the store. And I could not get it to function right. I mean, it wouldn't pedal right. The, what do you call it? The chain kept coming off of it. And everything I did for trying to get it to align, it wouldn't align. Just tons of problems. So I ended up taking it back, and I ordered one through the store, and here it is. Bless you. Here it is. It's all unboxed, and somebody's wanting to get on camera here and trying to make sure that they're doing a photo bomb, I guess, or a video bomb. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and put it together and see how it does. So this is the Ozark 12 M2 Ridge. It is a 29-inch large frame mountain bike, and it comes in 3 different sizes. It also has a 29-inch wheel, which is something that I wanted. Nice brake system, nice set of forks, and pretty much comes with everything. You got Kenda tires. So let's go ahead and start putting it together. Now, one thing I did opt to do that I will be putting on this in lieu of the fork that comes with it. This is a different type of fork, and it gives you a little bit of a space, but it also gives you adjustment so you can bring it up in different degrees so you can sit and ride comfortably. One of the things that they talked about on some of the videos I watched on YouTube is that when you get in your positioning here of riding with this flat handlebar, you have a tendency to be crouched, and it gives you a little bit of lower back pain. So in this case, I'm able to adjust this for more of a comfortable ride. This is going to be put on in place of the handlebar. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and take this one off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen this screw. and then loosen these. We can lift that off. Now we're going to take this one bring that down out of the way for the time being. And you can turn this, you can see here you got adjustments, so you can pretty much angle this forward, backwards, or up to give you the most comfortable fit. Put that up there. All right, let's tighten these up. All right, those are good and tight. Let's go ahead and bring this back up for the time being, until we get the handlebar on, and then we'll adjust it. All right. Now we can finally put the handlebar on. That's strange. There we go. Now I want to show you something on the handlebar itself. You notice, you zoom in here so you can see it. It gives you a reference point for putting your handlebar on there so you can just center it and zero it. Now, if you look right here in the center, there's an opening centered right inside here for you to line that up. Now, here's what I have learned. When you do your handlebars, you don't want these to be level. You want them to be aimed slightly at an angle down. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this center, and then we're going to use this to slightly angle it down. And this really is a good deal for all this, all the stuff that you get and the quality that you get in this bike, the way Ozark pulled this off. Every once in a while, Ozark Trail and Walmart, they do a jam-up job of doing something. And this is one of them. The cables are routed inside the bike. I mean, if you go online and you look at some of the things that Ozark Trail offers, they in this lineup and some of the qualities of this bike, it's a phenomenal build. A lot of some of the mountain bikers that are pros, big channels on YouTube, have actually taken and demonstrated this bike and shown that with some upgrades, it's actually not a bad bike at all. There we go. I'm going to leave it right there for the time being. I may adjust it again later. When you want to adjust the bike so when you're on it, you're comfortable. Another thing I've already put on here that I did do, I haven't tightened them up yet, but this bike comes with plastic pedals. I did choose the metal pedals that you can buy. They're Ozark Trail. They got the little metal pegs on them, or cleats. Seem to be decent quality, and those are going on here instead of the plastic pedals that it comes with. And again, you can get this bike in 3 different sizes. I chose the large frame, 1 because I'm a large guy, and 2 what I'm going to be using it for. So I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable on it first of all. All right, guys, I got the front tire on. Let me bring you over here to show you what I'm looking at. Actually, hang on, let me do this. So here's what's going on. All right, you have the quick disconnect right here for you to pop the tire off, which you still have to loosen it a little bit to get it out of these channels that are on each side. Now, what I'm showing you here, if you can see it, see this little threaded bearing, this little part right here? That's what actually locks your fork in. Now, these Suntour forks are pretty wide right there, and it only gives you a little bit of a bearing on the fork. It doesn't really come all the way through. This might be okay, but I think I'm going to upgrade this. Suntour has, I forget what they call it, their version of a quick and it's more of a solid axle up here as opposed to what this is. You still have to kind of sandwich it in and then clamp it. So, hang on, there we go. All right. Well, now I got it stuck and I can't do anything with it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, my only concern there is I don't know how long that's going to hold up. But they, like I said, they do make a one-piece solid axle for these forks. These are actually pretty decent common forks. So, all right, well, we're almost together. It does come with a kickstand, which I'm going to go ahead and put on for now. We'll see. Give me a minute, let me get some tools together. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and put that on now. If I can find out what I did with it. I laid it around here somewhere. I was looking for the tool. All right, well, let's go ahead and take these screws out. The screws are already in here for the kickstand. And there's a nice mounting block right here for it as well. Now, I just noticed that they did put thread locker in on those screws, which is kind of dumb because you got to take them out to install the kickstand. I guess they didn't want them to fall out in shipping. All right. Now let me find the kickstand. It was here a minute ago. Well, let me find it. It's underneath some of this stuff somewhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I found the kickstand right where I laid it. Now, this kickstand has a notch where it locks in right here. So, and it folds backwards, so it's a pretty stout kickstand at that. Put about 9 million foot-pounds of torque on that. I don't think it's going anywhere. There we go. You know, something I just noticed, if you do run and change this out to make it an e-bike, it does have spots right here where you can add additional cabling. And on the other side of this, you have these same ports here, and you have a port here if you want to change out the seat rail. This right here is a really cool feature that is built into this bike that you only see on you know, bikes of more expensive or name brand. But this is like I said, Ozark Trail did it again. They came out with a win on this one. So let me do this. Let's go ahead and turn this over, and we'll see what it looks like. Whoa. There we go. You can see that's a pretty tall bike. And you have a very adjustable seat. I may end up bringing this down a little bit because that looks like it's a little bit too high. But we'll see. So from now, we can start accessorizing this thing. It does come with 2 spots on the frame here where you can mount stuff as well. We're going to be putting a front rack, back rack. I got bags for the back. I got fork bags, and I've got another rack that's going to sit up here. So we will see how it all works out. Like I said, when I go out there, I'm going to be kind of toting a good amount of stuff. I've also got a GoPro mount for the handlebars. I've also got a headlight and a tail light for this thing. So let me dig around, and we'll start going from there. I'll be back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and install the back rack first. And I bought this on Amazon. It's by a company, it's called the Pack Rack Clip-On System by a company called Iberia Cycling. I'll put all the links to these products in the description. Go ahead and open this up. I got that pretty tight. Here we go. Alright. There you go, it's installed. Alright, let's open this up and see what all we've got. Hey, we got instructions. Okay. So, put that back there for a minute. And let me study these instructions, and I'll be right back. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so let's come down here with me. I'll show you some stuff. I think I've got it figured out. We will see. Alright, so first and foremost, The bike comes with mounting screws, holes already threaded right here on both sides to mount the rack. It also comes with spots here and here to mount a rack. Those screws came with the bike. These screws here come in your kit. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we can do. First thing the instructions tell me is I need to mount these first, and then I can adjust it from here. So let me do this. I'm going to sit you guys over here out of the way so that you guys can see, and we'll get started. There we go. Got a better view now? Alright, so with that, we'll take two of these screws, and I need to loosely go ahead and mount these. I'm going to use top hole on both sides. Probably need to turn that. I think I can do that later. I got it. So I'm just going to barely tighten that. Now, there is a thread through here once you get it for adjustment. So I don't think it matters which way you turn the rod. Now, line this up. These should, but guess what? It's too wide. So I assume that's why I got these longer bolts and spacers. Let me take this back off. Alright. Try to put it back on. This time we're going to use this spacer. Instructions have it for about 3 different variations, one with disc brakes and without disc brakes, and so this kit is very accommodating. Like that, it just spaces it out a little bit so it's not as tight, because when you put the bags on, that could be an issue. So let's try it now. Yep. There we go. Alright, now we've got to get the front part attached. What I'm going to do for the time being, I'm going to go ahead heat. There we go. That'll make it a little bit easier to work on. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and back out. I need a different size. Those two bolts. Oh wow, it's blowing up. Okay. I have seen metric on standard mix before. That is a Alright, let me study the instructions some more. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Alright guys, so I finally have it on here loosely. This was a little bit difficult to figure out the angles, but then once I got it figured out, it worked out pretty well. All in all, I'm going to be happy with it. I just got to go through here and tighten everything down and adjust it, and I think it's going to be I think it's going to work out good. So let's go ahead and do that now. I also took out, so these screws that came in the bike were some really metric, weird size. So they did give me these screws, so I went ahead and used the ones in the pack. So now all the screws are the same, and I don't have mismatched screw heads with different Allen sizes. So, wrong one. It's this one. So what I'm going to do first is let's go ahead and adjust these down here. This is the one mounting it to the bike. I can go ahead and lock that in. Let's go ahead and put this in. This is the one that marries those two pieces together for the height. I did elect to go to the highest one, so I have plenty of tire clearance. We can tighten this up 100%. Get the one on the other side. Alright, now we need to adjust this. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten these up a little bit so they're not sliding around as much. These are the brackets up here that give us these are the brackets up here that the arms lock into. So let me do that. I'm just going to cinch them up so they're not sliding so bad. that's that. And now let me get these back in. Trying to put them both in at the same time was a little challenging, but there we go. Alright, they're in. So let me go ahead and tighten these up some. And I'll come back around and tighten that up. Alright. That looks pretty good, but what I'm going to do, that looks a little more level. See if that's on both sides. Come back just a minute. That looks pretty good right there. Now this bolt here is a larger size. I believe it's this one here. Yep. This locks down that rod, so it's in that little piece that it can't move. Now one thing that's pretty cool is all these screws came, especially these, with lock thread already on the screw, but they didn't install it. So that's a good thing, so it won't vibrate loose. Alright, that's that. Alright, now I can go back through and tighten up the rest of the screws. Alright, that's it, it's on. It's on there. I'm going to go ahead and mount the front, and then I'll come back around and put on all the accessories in the bag. I am going to be putting on 2 water bottles. I considered getting a frame bag, but I haven't decided to do that yet. I got a couple other ideas in mind that I may do instead. But give me a few minutes and let me figure out the front. GoPro, stop recording. Hey guys, well, we're back on the bike. I quit working on it last night. I went to start mounting the front rack that I bought for it, and I ran into some problems. So I'll go over that with you and show you in a minute what I ran into. GoPro, stop recording. So this is the rack that I bought on Amazon. And I bought this rack for this reason right here, because I'm going to have the fork bags on there, and I didn't want a bracket interfering, so I figured this would be the least problem. And then this bracket right here, it specifically states that you have to have that hole right there so that you can mount this bracket, which is what the top engages to. So here's the setup. You can see it. Well, the problem I have is the hardware kit that they gave me. You see, these are all pre-drilled holes. Well, the hardware kit that they gave me does not allow, the screws are all way too big and will not go through any of these holes. So I had to come up with a screw for here. I had to come up with 2 screws for here, and now I'm working on this down here. So I don't know if I'm going to drill them out. I'm looking through all my screw bins right now to find some stainless steel screws that actually fit these holes, and then I can finish up this rack. Very disappointing for $33 that you paid for a bike rack. So I'll see you guys back at the bike. So this is the screws that they gave me, and all of this came with the kit. Like I said, these are just way too big. Nice stainless steel Allen head screws and stainless steel hardware. However, none of this will actually fit for the entire assembly. So I don't know in their engineering department what they were thinking or whatever, or if I got something, the wrong hardware kit with this, but very strange. Alright, so what I decided I was going to go ahead and do here is I went ahead, because I want to be able to use the Allen head as opposed to Phillips head, which is the only screws I had that would fit it, and I really didn't like the diameter of the screw because it looked to me like it was a lot thinner than this. So I went ahead and I drilled out the hole that I'm going to put this in, so now the screws actually fit inside of the bracket and that'll go through, so I can go to put this together. The only thing else I noticed is on this particular bracket, you notice this has got a 90-degree bend here, and then here it's got a straight. I'm kind of thinking because of the shape of my forks, this needs to be kind of straight like this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and bend this out a little bit. Alright guys, well, in order to change out these screws, I have to do the same thing I did on that and drill these out. My GoPro died, so I had to switch cameras, but I already got this one done. So let me get some of that shavings out of there. All right. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Well, I think I dropped it. Pretty sure I dropped it. But I didn't hear it hit the floor. Okay. Well, let me see if I got another one in the kit. All right. Alright, where did it go? So, let's see if we can see this. I'm trying to get this screw to go through here, but I'm fighting it a little bit. I need to manipulate the angle somewhat. far enough so I can get the nut on it. Not quite sure why they didn't make that a lock nut as opposed to the way they did this, but I may end up changing this later. Good, I got it started. Alright, see if we can't tighten this thing up. Alright, so what I did, I put the nut on the back side because I figured it would probably be easier to do this. And I don't know if that's actually going to be true or not. So let me get this straightened up. try to get these two screws up here. Make sure that's in the right spot. It is. Alright, that's a different size. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change these screws out. I'm going to use the other screws. I don't like that. Those screws are a little bit too long, and it has some potential there that it could poke the tire if I don't. So let me change these screws out and I'll be right back. Alright, I found the nut. It's shot under the toolbox. Took me a few minutes to find it. This is the last one I got in this size. So let me get this underneath here and see if I can get that started. Alright, now you can tighten these up and this rack will officially be done. Alright, good. That takes care of that. Now, the next thing I'm going to mount is I have another rack that's going to sit on top of here like a basket. All right. So this is the rack. It's going to sit up here. Now, let me show you some of the features that it comes with. We can do that after I mount it. Alright, so see if we can get the bike situated, get the rack situated, and it comes with brackets that's going to go underneath that and clamp through the bike to mount the basket. So let's see how this works out. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Let me get everything together. Alright, so I think the easiest way to do this is I'm going to use a couple of zip ties. We'll call them sacrificial zip ties. And we're going to put this in place. And what I'm going to do is just zip tie it so it stays there while I'm working on it and putting everything together. That way I'm not fighting everything. Right, that's one. And we'll put the other one on this corner. Trying to see about where we're going to want to mount it so it's centered. Alright, it don't look bad. So let's go ahead and get this zip tie in place. I'm going to put this zip tie on this side. That way it kind of counteracts the back zip tie wanting to pull to one side. Alright, so that's that. We got it in place. So now we've got to put these brackets in there. So these brackets are basically a couple flat bars with slots in them. We got to make up our mind, do we want them to go this way underneath there, or do we want them to go crossways, which we can do too. I'm kind of inclined to go long ways with them, so they would fit basically right underneath these 4 bars here. And we got an issue with that because, let me see something. Yeah, see, only 2 of the screws line up if you go that way. If you go that way, you can get 4 screws in it, possibly. So let's look at that. If we go that way with them, I think that would be the better way to do it. All right. So these screws that came with them are black. They're still Allen head. They're not stainless. They're coated. So let's see if see how they do. Don't really like that because the slots are so big, and I don't think they gave me any washers. Well, they did give me a washer with it. How many washers do I have? Do I have enough washers? No, they only gave me 4. They gave me 4 washers, so even with the nut on the back side here, that bearing surface is not wide enough. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Let me figure some stuff out. All right, guys, so here's what I did. I went through my bolt collection and I found some stainless steel Allen heads. At least I ain't got to drill them out. And then some stainless steel washers. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this using my own hardware. I think it's going to work out better in the long run. Be more secure too on the bike. So let's go ahead and get at it. So, see if I can put this in the way y'all can see it. There we go. Bracket here, stand with the steel together, and I've got slots there. That's going to have to go on top of that. Okay, that was a little bit more. So with that, go ahead and get a washer. this side. Get the stuff to the other side. All right, now that I've got that mounted, I'll show you what all this comes with. All right, so first of all, you got the rat. All right, so let's go ahead and get the other side on now. Alright, let me get some tools and tighten it up. Alright, so now I'm tightening it up. I got it where I want it. Probably go ahead and get rid of the zip ties. we're going to finish this up, and I'll show you what all it comes with. This side. Cool. Alright, so there's the basket on the front, and the rack on the front. Alright. So now I'm going to show you the features of what the basket comes with. Alright guys, so this basket's mounted. It comes from a company called Dirza, D-I-R-Z-A. That might be acronym for something because it's all capital letters. However, this can be mounted on the front or the back. I'm mounting it on the front for now. I may end up mounting it on the back, but we'll see down the road. I want to see how the bags and everything fit, but I wanted to show you all the items this comes with. So first off, it comes with a liner that you can put in here, and it's got little Velcro tabs that you put on it. It holds that liner in place. You got one on each side. All right, it's 60 bucks, 59 and change online. I'm going to go ahead and straddle the bike simply because it's easier to hold it in position to show you. All right, so it comes with a cargo net. The cargo net is pretty cool. It's got these little clips to snap on. So if you got something bulky sticking up, this cargo net should be able to capture it. Now you can tighten up the cargo net too with playing with these clips. All right, so let's just throw this back in there for now. And it also comes with a rain fly that has a stripe on it that illuminates at night. So if you got something in here and you want to keep it dry, or you're out in the weather, there you go. I'll put a link in the description for all these products. It's actually not that bad for all you get for the cost, considering that, you know, it's a little lacking in hardware and bolts, which is a little inconvenience. But other than that, it's actually not a bad little system here. We'll see how I like it. If it becomes a little bit too much up front, we'll put it on the back. So let me let me go ahead and figure out what I'm going to mount on it next. I got a bunch of stuff to mount to this. So I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so here's what I've done. I went ahead and mounted. I bought this when I bought the bike, the first bike. And I'm going to go back over this bike because this is actually an upgraded bike that they sent me from the original version that I had. The original version that I had was the first one. This is actually the endpoint to... Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call, but anyway. What I was saying is that this is not the same bike that I got. I mean, it is and it ain't. There's some upgraded features on this bike that I realize now that I did not have on the original one that I bought and sent and took back. I'll go over those a little bit more in detail. One of the big upgrades that I have noticed is that there's a clutch derailleur. And the big problem I had with the other bike is the chain was constantly popping off of it. So to give you some sort of an idea of what I'm talking about is, for those of you that are aware of what the clutch derailleur is, that keeps tension on that chain to keep it from popping off the flare when you're going over rough surfaces. So that's a big upgrade for this bike. And it may have larger rotors as well, and it may even be upgraded brakes. I got to go back and do a little research on it, and we'll talk about that later. But as far as the build goes, I had this little pouch and this little phone holder. Went ahead and put that on. Went ahead and I put my little toolbox under seat bag there with some tools in it. Bought that from Walmart as well when I bought the other bike. And now we're going to go ahead. I've got my Rock Bros holders and my Camelback bottles, and I've got my inflator. So I'm going to go ahead and mount these next on the provided screws. Now this bike has 2 locations to mount everything, so let me get some tools out. One thing I have noticed though is it's a little bit of discrepancy here on some of these Allen heads. Some of them are American regular standard. Some of these are metric. This particular one happened to be metric. The ones at the top over there were metric also. So you do get, I mean, bike is made in Taiwan, but you do get a little bit of differences here. Now, both of these Rock Bros holders that I have for the bottles come with screws. So I'm going to see what size those are. I may end up using those instead. Alright, I'll be right back. So the reason I went with the Rock Bros is because they're not plastic. They're actually really nice coated metal. And I think they're going to hold up a lot better. The screws though are the same, so I am going to just use whatever. Now I'm not going to screw these in all the way because I want to figure out how I want to mount my pump. I may mount it here, but I may mount it there. It's an offset, so I don't want it to kind of be in my way. And this part of the frame is a little wider and thicker through here, so I'm not sure if it's going to work right. We're going to find out. Now these are, wow, they are an insulated bottle. So when you use these, they're soft, but they're also insulated. And I'm trying to get the plastic off. I'm gonna end up stabbing myself. Alright, so that's going to sit there, and that locks in there. Let's mock all this up, and then we'll figure out which way we're going to do it. Alright, so let's look at this. If I mount this there, yeah, I really don't like that at all because of the pedal clearance. I think this needs to probably be mounted up here. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this one on. I'll take that one back off and we'll mount the inflator there. Now these tires do have an inner tube in them. However, I have seen some videos online where they take these same tires and make them tubeless. Oh, it's not long enough, or too long. All right, let me get this other one on here now with the bracket. So let's see. This fits pretty good like that. And the pedal won't hit it. I can turn that. Okay guys, so I've got one of the bags on here. I wanted to show you the features of this bag. So this bag is made by Rockpro. This is one of their more expensive bags. This is actually, I think, the larger bag that they have. It's like 30 liters or something. The bags are huge. So they are made in China though, but anyway, very durable material. It's also a dry bag. It's got these bungee features on the front so you can cinch it up. You can also add additional stuff to it. Alright, the way this bag attaches, very easy. You got a carry handle so you can release it. Makes it quite simple. You got two little tabs underneath here. You unlock those tabs. Okay. So those tabs are unlocked. You come down here. I hope you guys can see that. There's a little nut right here you got to loosen. Once you loosen the nut, turn that down, and your bag comes off. There you go. Also, inside the bag, if you can see that, you have a zippered pouch inside there, so you can separate your stuff. Very, 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 very nice, quality built, well thought out, waterproof pannier bag. I'm going to go ahead and mount the other one and be right back. Okay guys, I had a little malfunction with the camera. I didn't like the SD card for some reason. I just changed it. But what I was saying is, you can see Harrison back there in the background. He just loves being involved with everything. Bags are mounted. Very happy with these. I can carry quite a bit of stuff inside these bags. So when I go on my outings, whether it be camping, fishing, or both, these bags should be able to accommodate quite a bit of stuff. So very happy with these. They were about $80 for the set. So this is more of the expensive bags that you can find. You can get them on Amazon. However, there's a lot of stuff on Amazon. I don't think the build quality of them and the thoughtfulness that was put into these bags are the same with some of the other bags that you get for a lot less. Yeah, you get more storage capacity. And some of the bags I've seen, you know, for in the $30–40 range, you got all this up here as well. So, but I think this is going to do quite well. So we're going to figure out now what we got to do to mount the front bags, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So I kind of got one mocked up here. Kind of got it figured out. This is the bag that's going to go on here. So basically, I'm not real fond of how these straps work that hold that plate on the fork, but we're going to live with it for now. And I've put some air in the bag, basically to mock up that it's full. And actually holds air pretty good. This bag is very deep, so you can put, you know, my whole arm is in there. So basically I put some air in the bag to mock it up, bring it down and roll it so it's dry. Come over here and clip it. Now, so this would be full of, you know, t-shirts or whatever. When you're going out to gear, you would put this, goes on here, and then you would basically cinch it tight, And I guess I did this upside down because I think that clip is supposed to be the other way, because this is what's supposed to hold the extra line in place. I'll turn that over later. All right. And same thing here. Let me see. Yeah. Let me go ahead and turn these over now while I'm thinking about it. I'll forget about it later and then I'll get upset because I didn't do it. I'll be back in a minute. All right. We're back. All right. So let me do it again. This time I'll act like I know what I'm doing. All right, so there's the bag. Come around here. We'll go through here. Through here. Come on, there we go. All right, now cinch the bag down. So you cinch the bag down. You got a little strap here to hold the excess. You slide that around there so it holds the strap in place. And you basically do the same thing with the bottom one. There we go. Get this clip around the other side. There we go. Tighten up with your bag. And now you can carry gear on your forks. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the other side together, and after I get that side on, I'll come back and show you what it all looks like. All right. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. Fill it up with some air to mock up something being in it. We will seal the top of the bag. Then I've already run the straps through it on this one. So we're going to go ahead and put it in place. Cinch down the strap. Rotate that around, rotate this around, and lock in our excess. Then do the same thing with the bottom. And these are 7 liters. I'll leave the link in the description of the show. All right, there we go. All the luggage is done. They do give you a few extra of these straps that you use to mount the little bracket on, and a couple of extra parts, so I'll hang on to those. Those might come in handy. This is basically what you use to mount the bracket onto the fork. So there we go. Almost ready. Got a few little things left to do. I am going to put a GoPro mount on it. I am going to put lights on the front and back. I mean, probably a nice headlight so I can see when it's dark. So when we get to that point, I'll come back. All right, here we go. Maiden voyage. Not bad. Very smooth. Very smooth. Like it. Working very well. Like the mounts. Like everything about it. Works very well. Handles good, feels good, comfortable. I'm sitting comfortably. So, yeah, I'm happy. Think it's going to do very well. I do say I like all of the upgrades that Ozark has done to this bike. Yeah, very comfortable. I mean, I'm riding on asphalt right now, but I'd like to see how it's going to handle when I get it off road. I think it'll do fine. So, very happy with it. Yep. Yep. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.